to watch this week, and it's 13 episodes. It's not like a milestone episode or anything, but it just feels, uh, you know, very good that I was able to share, these recommendations, and there's just a handful of you guys out there that listen to them every week and make me feel appreciated just by clicking on my podcast and episodes, and listen to my recommendations and maybe check them out if you have time. It's just so encouraging for me. So thank you so much for continuously listening to my episodes every week. I'm back with a few more recommendations. Last week was Thanksgiving holiday here in the U.S. where I'm from, and a lot of stuff, a lot of TV shows and movies have been released for everyone because everyone is on the break or is with family. They have lots of time. Thanksgiving holiday and Christmas holiday are two big holidays where a lot of movies and TV shows, big movies and TV shows, get released. So if you are in luck this week, because there are a bunch of stuff I am here to recommend. First, I want to talk about The Crown, season 6, part 1 on Netflix. I actually recommended it last week because I was going on vacation and I didn't have time to check it out. I let you guys know that already, but I recommended it because I have been watching The Crown since the beginning, since season 1, and I have, even though I'm not a huge drama fan, I have been, checking them out and liking them. So, I wanted to give you guys some good recommendations, even though I haven't watched it. So last time was the first time when I actually recommended to watch The Crown season 6 part 1 without actually watching it. So since then, I have actually checked them out and watched the part 1 of season 6 on Netflix. So I wanted to talk to you guys about that here. So. Yeah, so The Crown, if you know about it, it's a drama series on Netflix featuring the royal family in England. And every 2 seasons, there is a change in cast where the story moves forward a few years ahead. And for season 6, part 1, they focus on Princess Diana and towards her end, last few weeks towards her tragic accident that took her life. So it is very chaotic in terms of her life and her portrayal, but the show itself, the episodes themselves, are very good. I would definitely recommend watching these episodes because there are lots of things that I didn't know about some characters and some relationships I didn't know are in the show. And I don't think everything given or like shown in the TV show is true because you can never know what's happening um, in her personal life. It's just her interpretation, but it is shown, the outside elements that is known to the public are shown in the TV show. And um, it is, these episodes are very good. You get to see, what happened and process that. One of the things I've liked about the show is that we do know what happens to Princess Diana at the end, and um, when the event comes in the episode, you don't actually see the horrible accident, or you don't see Diana after her passing. You only see other people and their reactions. And I actually like this idea artistically because I always hated the fact of fridging women or showing women's death or pain, physical pain on screen. So when the audience knows this as a fact, you don't have to show that. You just have to show her alive and her life alive and how paparazzi was just crazy back then and did not help her situation at all. So that is something of note I wanted to point out how they did not show her after the accident. It was her life that was shown uh, on screen, which I really appreciate. Okay, The next thing I want to talk about is also on Netflix called Squid Game: The Challenge. You know, the Squid Game was a Korean show that was huge when it came out a few years ago. I think a couple years ago, probably in the pandemic. Yeah, it was in the lockdown, I believe. But it was amazing. I watched it when it became huge and everybody were talking about it. I absolutely loved season one of Squid Game, and this is not the sequel, but this is the reality show where 456 people actually participate in the reality version of the Squid Game and try to win $4.56 million dollars. It is a huge prize money, and everybody's trying to win it in real life. And this show is the uh, you know recording basically. It recorded all the characters and showed them play these games and attempt to win the prize money. There are very similar games. There are same popular games from Squid Games that are in the show, and also there are some twists where they came up with new games and had new games that nobody knew about. And actually, I have to say the first few episodes were already released. They are available right now, and I this is something different Netflix is doing with Squid Games, the challenge, where it already released a few episodes last Wednesday. It's going to release a few more episodes next Wednesday or Wednesday this week. And the finale episode that reveals who actually won will be released the week after, so the first week of December. So, everybody has a time to check them out. All the episodes are out and catch up with, where the games are at. Everybody's been trying different release strategies, so this is something that Netflix is trying on Squid Game, the challenge. You know, I get it. Like streaming is really difficult right now. The competition is high, very little profit for these companies that own these streaming platforms. But whatever experiments they want to make, I'm good with. The Squid Game itself. First, I didn't have very high expectations because I really doubted that it would be as good as the Squid Games TV show itself. But I feel like even for a reality show, they made a very good attempt at making the show look and feel as close to the TV show as possible. The sets are identical, the outfits, the costumes are identical to the TV show, and they take the human elements of the characters and try to, show them to the audience very similarly to the games itself, the main TV show itself. But the TV show is fictional. All the characters are fictional and played by actors, whereas this show, they're all real people, and whatever they say on camera is what they are. So um, I liked how it was framed in a way that it resembles Squid Game, but this is reality. So I am eager to keep watching and learn who the winner is. So yes, I will be keeping up with all these different releases for until the finale. It's just 2 more weeks, this week and next week, and by by the Wednesday in the first week of December, you will know who the Squid Games winner is and who won $4.56 million. That's a crazy amount of money. I believe that's the biggest um, pot of money that any reality show has offered. So that would be interesting to watch. And I also wanted to talk about a new movie. It's a comedy movie on Netflix called Quiz Lady. This movie stars Awkwafina and Sandra Oh in a comedy where they both play sisters. And this movie also had Will Ferrell. I believe his name is Jason Schwartzman. He also played the Spot in the Spider-Man Across the Multiverse movie, and Yeah, this movie was quite funny. I know I like comedy movies when they're good, and Quiz Lady is quite funny, and it also has a very human element and emotions, especially between the two sisters played by Awkwafina and Sandra Oh. These are very good actors, especially Sandra Oh. I've never seen her do like a comedic uh, role. Because I mean, she can be quite funny because she was funny in Grey's Anatomy, and I've seen her in main drama roles, but in this movie, she is very funny. And the relationship between her and Aquafina's characters, they are it's very nice. They're kind of estranged sisters who kind of come together, but end up loving each other for who they were the entire time. And it is a heartfelt movie, but also very funny. So it is something I would definitely recommend watching on Hulu. It's called Quiz Lady. Another thing I want to recommend is actually free for all. It's on YouTube. It's called Taskmaster. I believe it's a British show. I'm not sure on what channel it is actually aired, but they do release episodes every Friday. And it's a very funny show where the participants are made to follow some absurd rules, and they have to follow this task rules and clear the task, and the tasks are very absurd, and that kind of creates a funny premise, and they have all these comedians um, you know attempt these tasks, and that creates more comedy, and it is quite funny. It is free on YouTube for anyone, and I believe the last episode of the current series was released last Friday this week. So um, it is also something I would recommend on YouTube. It's called Taskmaster. I'm sure you've actually seen a lot of these clips on YouTube Shorts or TikTok. That's how I actually first discovered them. I started liking all these funny clips on TikTok and YouTube Shorts, and I looked what they actually are and realized that their episodes are actually released on YouTube. And then I checked them out, and I'm subscribed to their channel, and I get a notification when the episode is live, so I'll just watch it. You don't have to watch it live. Once it's live, it is recorded on YouTube just like any other live video. So you can just check it out whenever you have time. But all the episodes, I believe, for the previous seasons are also available. I have watched a few of the recent seasons. They are very funny. So that's something I would definitely recommend checking out if you have time. Um, what else? I did wanted to create recommend an Emmy-nominated TV show. This has finished airing a while ago this year, but looking at the Emmy-nominated TV shows I've already recommended, this is something I would also recommend to watch if you have time. It's called Ted Lasso on Apple TV. It's a very popular show. It's a very funny show and a very heartfelt show at the same time. This is definitely something I would recommend watching. And Jason Sudeikis has created or co-created. I'm not sure if he has a co-creator, but they have created an amazing show. Very heartfelt, absolutely funny, very good characters, very unique characters at that. So if you have Apple TV Plus, I'm sure you've already watched Ted Lasso because it's one of the biggest things on Apple TV Plus. But if you haven't, or if you haven't watched it, but if you're looking for something different to check it out, I would definitely recommend Ted Lasso. And I've actually wanted to recommend another thing on Netflix. It's a new, I'm not sure if it's a limited series, but it's a TV show, I guess I can say because it is episodic, on Netflix called Bodies. It's a new TV show, and I believe it's from, everybody has an English accent, so I'm guessing it's a British TV show. However, it is, uh, available on Netflix for everyone to watch. So it has been in the top 10 for a few weeks, so I checked it out, and it was quite good. I believe I really enjoyed that show. So the premise is every there are detectives obviously in every generation, right? And one dead body appears at the same time in time, four different times basically. The same dead body appears in the current 2023 and 20 years into the future or like 50 years into the future or like on four different time periods. It appears in the 1800s, 1900s, in 2023, and like a few decades from now. So the same dead body appears at the same time in four different times, and the detectives who discovered the body, they have so many questions about the body because they can't find identification. Nobody knows who is, and first they treat it as a regular, murderer victim, and they're looking for a murderer. But the sooner they learn that there are previous cases in the past, and it's just crazy how the same body appeared twice, three times into the past, and they have to learn what the previous detectives in the past have learned and combine all of that information and find who killed the victim. However, while doing so, there is a much bigger conspiracy going on behind the scenes. So when they find that out and learn and to stop that. So this is something that is really good if you are a fan of murder mysteries or like time travel TV shows or movies. I have been very much into time travel content lately. So that's one of the reasons I have watched Dark, the German TV show, last month or a couple months ago, and that's also the reason I checked out bodies because of, everybody handling, basically the same situation on four different times on the timeline. So that is definitely something I would recommend watching on Netflix. It is called Bodies. So yeah, check these out and hopefully you'll enjoy them. I will watch The Killer this week, and I've also recommended it last week, letting you guys know that I haven't watched it, but it's not something that's something to check out because it's been getting good reviews. But I haven't actually watched it even now, so I'll watch it this week, and I'll let you guys know my thoughts about The Killer on Netflix next week. I mean, it's Michael Fassbender and David Fincher, directed by David Fincher, so it's probably going to be good. But I still can't express my feelings out actually without actually having to seen it. So yes, so I will watch that and let you guys know about that. But yeah, these are the things I watched last week and would definitely recommend you guys to watch. Yeah, because it's the holiday time. We have lots of time, and you're spending time with family. It's good. We have such amazing content at the end of the year to check out. So yeah, keep watching. I'm trying to figure out a way for us to communicate, a way for you guys, for me to read your comments. As of now, my YouTube videos are the only ways I can look at comments from audience. But other than that, I still haven't figured out a way to do that. I'm a very early podcaster and I'm not earning any money. In fact, I'm losing money actually hosting this podcast on different platforms. So I still have to figure out how to navigate myself online. But yes, these are the nominations I have this week for you guys. And yeah, hope you guys have a good rest of your week and hope you guys check these out and have a good week. All right. Enjoy watching the recommendations I have for you guys. I will see you guys next week. Bye bye.